What's good, YouTube? Crown Jewel from Crown Jewel Boxing, back with a gem. First and foremost, boxing won today. Big win for boxing. It's been verified that Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia have both signed the dotted line. They have a signed contract with Gervonta Tank Davis, King Ryan Garcia to fight on April 15th. We got one of the big fights that we've been looking for. I think the sports world is kind of clamoring for that fight. It's like a lot of people say, and I agree, it's today's modern day Oscar De La Hoya against Floyd Mayweather. Although Ryan Garcia hasn't done half as much as what Oscar had done to that point, his star power is equivalent to what Oscar's was at that point, and this is a mega event. With that being said, that fight being finalized, along with the interview that Stephen Espinosa conducted recently, puts to bed Terence Crawford and Blueblood Sports TV narrative that the PBC is putting unreasonable terms on outside fighters and being hard to negotiate with. Well, again, didn't seem that hard to get this Ryan Garcia fight done. And as early as last week, they were saying, see, Ryan Garcia is complaining about the same things that Bud Crawford was complaining about, and they're basically making the negotiations so tough and moving the goalposts so that the fight will not happen. Well, that died today. The fight is signed. Ryan Garcia agreed. April 15th, we have a mega fight. That's one. Two, Stephen Espinosa did an interview kind of debunking a lot of things that Terence Crawford was complaining about and Bluebllood Sports TV was kind of validating with his videos. Terence Crawford was saying he was the first fighter on a pay-per-view level being asked to fight without a guarantee. That turns out that's a lie. Stephen Espinosa exposed that Floyd Mayweather, Gervonta Tank Davis, Errol Spence, Mike Tyson, and Roy Jones, who are all much bigger stars than Terence Crawford at the height of their careers, have all fought in mega fights without guarantees. So that kills that narrative. Number two, why would they be a non-guarantee, and why would a fighter just fight merely on a percentage? Because when you make a fighter fight on a performance-based incentive, they have an incentive to go out and actually promote their fight. What was Bob Burns' biggest complaint about Terence Crawford? He doesn't take to social media and self-promote the way the younger fighters do, and in the end, it hurts him on recouping what he invests in Terence Crawford's events, because that is how fighters get themselves out there now. Social media is a huge tool. Self-promotion is a huge tool. Why do you think Jake Paul is able to make millions? Because he self-promotes. So they knew they would need an incentive to get Bud to self-promote, because he typically does not do that. How do you do that? You tell him that if the fight does not do well, he's going to make less money. He has a performance-based contract, meaning he gets a percentage of the total revenue. Makes sense to me. As far as him saying he was the deal breaker was transparency, Stephen Espinosa debunked that too. He said that was in black and white. We put in black and white that we would show our expenses and all of our total revenues. He also said that Terence Crawford was extremely hard to negotiate with. He would make a demand, they would answer the demand, and it would take Terence Crawford 2 or 3 weeks to get back to him. That makes sense for somebody who was negotiating with a whole nother promoter the whole time he was negotiating with them behind their backs. Kind of shady business to me, but again, one more thing that Terence Crawford complained about that was debunked. What he did say is Terence Crawford wanted the right to approve or disapprove some of the expenses with promoting the fight. That makes absolutely no sense. Terence Crawford has never promoted a major event, has no clue what it costs to promote a major event. Stephen Espinosa has worked with every major pay-per-view star of the last 20 years. He is well versed on what it would cost to promote a fight. If anybody would have to say so on what promotional dollars were being spent, it would be him. He's been a part of the 2 biggest pay-per-views in the history of boxing. So again, Blueblood Sports TV, Terence Crawford, the jig is up. Everybody knows you just didn't want the fight. You can't talk your way out of it anymore, and it's okay. It's no crime to not want to fight Errol Spence. But just be honest and say, listen, it's just not a fight I want. Don't turn around and throw shade at them and lie about why the fight didn't happen, because again, the jig is up. You've been exposed. Until next time, keep your hands up, your chin down, your ass off the floor. Peace.